Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Tonight we're going to make honey garlic chicken, snap peas and carrots, and rice, and a Japanese cucumber salad. Okay, so we're just going to start with the rice. Just basic recipe, and I'm doing brown rice tonight. So instead of doing 1-to-1 ratio, we do 2-to-1, 2-to-1 liquid. So 2 cups water, or you can use chicken broth or vegetable broth. And I'm going to do 1 cup brown rice and about a 1/4 cup of butter. And this happens to be unsalted, so I'm going to add salt. And even if I had salted butter, I'd probably add a little bit of salt. So I'm going to let that come to a boil, stir it, and then let it simmer for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Okay, so while that's going, let's go ahead and start seasoning our chicken. So the first step whenever we're making chicken is to make sure we have a good seasoning. I always do the same thing with my chicken. Garlic powder, salt, and pepper. And that's it. All my meats really get this. And I'm going to start turning on my skillet. And I'm using a cast iron skillet. Old school. And here we go. Just a little sprinkle on both sides of the salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Whee! Okay. So who says cooking's not fun? It's so fun. Okay. And same, as you can see, I'm using tongs so I can keep my hands free from getting bacteria. And you know, tonight I'm staying with the Asian flavors, so I'm going to brown my chicken in sesame oil. This isn't toasted, this is just regular sesame oil. I'll go ahead and add that. It's got a high burning temp. And get my pan nice and hot. I'm going to brown these guys, then I'm going to put a lid on them so they can finish cooking. And then after they cook through, I'm going to make my honey garlic sauce, which is so simple. This whole dinner will take you 30 minutes tops. We'll be right back. Okay, so you can see we're at a boil right now. So I'm going to just turn this down to a simmer and give it a little stir. Make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. Perfect. Now we have our skillet. I can tell that the oil, it's nice and shiny. It's ready to go. And I'll check the heat on this. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're just going to brown our chicken. I'm going to start skin side down. I want the fat to render. So good. Okay, I'm going to cram you guys in here because I have to do 6. Perfect. All right, so we're going to do, 5 to 6 minutes on each side, and we'll see you right back. So we flip them over, and we're going to let them brown on the other side. So they've been browning for a couple minutes on the other side, and I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on top of that. Hi. So we're just going to check the chicken. I turned it over on the other side to brown for a few minutes, and then I reduced the heat down to medium-low. And that's beautiful. So now it's just cooking through with the lid on it. Beautiful. And it's firming up too, so we know that it's cooking through. So just maybe 5 minutes more, and then we'll come back. And we're going to drain the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to remove our chicken. is the best right in here. But I'm going to go ahead and drain some of this. And I'll leave probably a 1/4 cup of it. Ooh, these guys are popping. And our rice is doing great too. So go ahead and drain him a little bit. Okay. And I'll add just a tiny bit of water. Just a tiny bit. Which you could just use the strippings, but that's a lot of extra fat in there. So I'm just using a little water to get this up. So when you're cooking, it's like you got to be able to think of 3 things at once. So we need to give our guy a little toss. I'm just trying to stir fry those guys. And once I get this stirred up, now I'm going to take our garlic honey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mash this garlic. So not everybody has garlic honey. So what you're going to do is you're going to, since this is nice and tender, I'm going to smash this in here. But what you would do is chop your garlic, saute that first, and after that's nice and tender, then you're going to add your honey. Okay? So for me, I get a little shortcut. Okay. So I'm going to back up so you can see both dishes here. This is kind of like a nice stir fry. This is really softening up my vegetables. And these just need maybe 1 more minute. They're all nice and tender. Now this is ready to go. So all I need left, turn off my heat, 1 tablespoon soy sauce. And I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. All together here, and this is going to thicken up a little bit. That's a lot of good garlic in there. So now it's going to start thickening up here in a minute. So I'm just going to put my chicken skin side down, and of course you got to add this juice here at the end. And we're just cooking it as it gets thick, but also cooking off a little bit of that vinegar. And that'll just be a few more minutes. And now our vegetable is done, so I'm just going to add a little bit of soy sauce around here. And that's all we need. So simple. Beautiful. So good. Oh, I'm going to coat all sides with this yumminess. It's getting sticky. It smells so garlicky and yummy. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that piece? So good. Okay, we're going to plate in 2 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to make the cucumber salad. So this is a Japanese cucumber salad. I start by using an English cucumber and I slice quite thin. And you can use regular, of course. And the dressing is real simple. It's just those 3 main ingredients again. We're using toasted sesame oil, soy sauce, and rice vinegar. And I just do ratio. My ratio is like, if I do a 1/2 cup of toasted sesame seed oil, then I'm going to do 1/2 of that for my vinegar. And then I'm going to do 1/2 of that for my soy sauce. So it'll be 1/2 cup toasted sesame oil, and it'll be a 1/4 cup rice vinegar, and then it'll be 1/8 of a cup soy sauce. And of course, you know, it's to your liking too, so taste it, and if you want it a little more tangy, then add more vinegar. You don't have to use as much oil either. There's no rules. That's why I like cooking. It's not always a lot of rules. Okay, it's about 1/8 in here. And when I make it, I just eyeball it. I pour it in and I just see, that looks about half, that looks about half. So it's not, you don't have to be perfect. And then I use baker sugar because it's a fine, fine sugar. And so it can blend easily. Now, I know it's dangerous, I'm just gonna pour this in. So for you guys, I'll use a spoon, but for me, I just sprinkle it in a little bit. And again, this is how much sugar, how sweet you like it. And of course, you don't have to add sugar at all, but it's really good that way. We're just gonna whisk this up until it's emulsified, which means blended really well. Okay, come on. Okay, now I'm gonna taste. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna add a little more sugar though. I just feel it tonight. So, you know, I did 1/8, but it's a little strong for the soy, so you can do, you know, even less. But like I said, I think I do so well just eyeballing. Probably better than measuring it. Probably I shouldn't do that. Okay. That's good though. And then I'm just gonna pour this over. And then I'm just gonna stir it to mix. Not with that. Okay, fine with that. Just to get it all mixed. And then I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes in the fridge. And I'm not even kidding, we'll eat the whole thing. And it's always so pretty to top it with a little sesame seeds. And I have both the black sesame seeds and the golden. And then I'll just put this in the fridge for another minute, and then let's plate up dinner. It's all done. All right, guys, so we're gonna dish up our chicken. And I just wanna show you how yummy and sticky this garlic sauce is to drizzle on top. So good, I can't wait to eat it. And then we have our vegetables, and these got nice and dark. I like them like that. And then we have our rice. Okay. And then come over here. Because then we're plating up our cucumber salad. So what we'll do for our presentation is we're gonna sprinkle a few more of our seeds. So I have the black sesame seeds, and I have the golden. And I'm gonna put some on my vegetables too. Okay, that is gorge. This is an easy weeknight meal, I swear. 30 minutes is all it took.